day 20. I am Sam. You're watching So Let's Sparkle with Sam. And this is my day 20 Vlogmas video. So, those of you that have been following along with my calendar, well done with that. So you will have seen that today is supposed to be a spilling the tea session, and that is going to be tomorrow. And tomorrow's was a tutorial, and that's going to be today. So I've just swapped them over just because it worked better with my kind of timings, and I hope that's okay. It is really cold today. Underneath my very old hoodie is a little starry Tilly and the Buttons Freya, but I've just got this ready to wear jumper on today because I am really cold. Plus I am going out later tonight. It is my work's Christmas do, so I'm going to get all dressed up later, so I thought I'd just go in with scruffs for today. So I hope that's okay, which is why I haven't done my hair or anything, so you've got me as I am today. So I'm going to open number 20 from Becky's sewing studio. Rustle, rustle, rustle. Oh, I normally guess what's in it. Not sure. Ooh, Merry Christmas gift voucher. Oh, that's nice. 20% off, valid until January 31st. And I've got a little chocolate, and it says vegan on it. So I've got a little chocolate and a voucher. That's nice, isn't it? I will go on actually and have a look and see if I can buy myself any little lovely post-Christmas presents. So that's very nice. And then while I'm here, before I go on to my tutorial for today, apologies for the Christmas carnage, by the way, over here. I've been doing my Christmas pajamas for the boys, and every second that I get to kind of do it, and so I've just put them there so that they're staring at me. So they're now staring at you. I got a lovely parcel today, and it's addressed to Sam Whittaker, Mrs. Sparkles, which I just love. And I won't show you my address, but as you can see, it is from the lovely Adam Sews. So I've no idea what has been sent, no idea at all. All I know is that I got a message the other day saying, Sam, saw this, thought of you, put it in the post. So yeah, and I think he's also sent me, because he said, oh, I'm going to put this in the post, would you like some more scraps? So I think he's also sent me some more scraps, which he, oh my goodness, he is delightful. So he has sent me some of these lovely scraps for me to make some more bits and pieces. Look at that one. That is just so cool. So these will go in my scrap pile. Oh, look. Oh, I'll be here all day if I do this. Needless to say, this will keep me busy over Christmas. Thank you, Adam. You are a little delight. I've been really enjoying his Vlogmas. I'm in awe of the hours he keeps. I think I get up early, but ridiculous. How exciting. Oh. Live life sunny side up, and it's the notebook, and it's all covered in eggs. And oh, do you know what? Sometimes things happen just at the right time for the right reasons. I was doing a little bit of Christmas shopping with Mr. Sparkles this morning, and I saw a notebook, and I was like, oh, I need a new notebook to keep all my vlogs planned. And Simon quite rightly said, don't buy a notebook. You'll probably get one for Christmas. Perfect. Look at that. Live life sunny side up. Thank you, Adam. I'm a little bit touched by that. Thank you very much. I will use that, and every time I plan a vlog, I'll be thinking of you, Adam. So, brilliant. So, what you're all here for today, so it is the tutorial. So, I've been asked for this tutorial a few times, and it's for a drawstring bag, a nice, simple, but luxurious drawstring bag. And as you can see, It is a little, and you can use it for gifting, for Christmas presents. You can size it up to put shoes in. You can size it down to put jewelry in. I actually use it for chocolate for Christmas because in our house, we don't do selection boxes because quite a few years ago now, I'm talking like 10, 15 years ago, I just got fed up with the amount of plastic and cardboard. At Christmas time, you get this massive black bin bag full of rubbish and this tiny little pile of chocolate. And I was thinking, there's got to be a better way of doing this. Now, I didn't sew back then, and I used to buy little fabric bags, but now I make the fabric bags, and then everyone gets a selection box worth of chocolates. And the great thing about this is you can choose your favorite chocolate. So, you know, I can have a bag full of just the crunchies, and then, you know, or a bag full of just the boosts, and then I don't have to put up with the, you know, the Snickers bars that I don't really like, or do you know what I mean? Or I can have whatever I fancy, or I can put in what I know that people's favourites are and fill it in, and you don't have all the plastic. So I thought it might be nice to show you how to make them. So you can make them any size. I've got some longer ones. You can make them with any bits of fabric that you've got left over. You don't have to use the same fabric in the lining as you do on the drawstring. You can mix and match. All you need is a little bit of fabric, a little bit of drawstring, and you have got a perfect gift bag for Christmas. So enjoy watching this tutorial. I'll see you in a bit. So here we go, my go-to drawstring bag for Christmas. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some cord. You can use ribbon, you can use whatever you like for the drawstring. I'm going to use this cord because I've got a massive roll of it and it happens to match this snowman fabric perfectly. So what you'll need is you'll need a piece of cord that is 1, 2, 3 times the width of your fabric, and you'll need 2 of those. Okay, so whatever the width of your fabric is. Now I'm using 10" by 12", so I've got 2 10" by 12" in my thumb fabric, and I've got 2 in my lining fabric. It doesn't matter what size that you do, as long as your drawstring cases, so these bits, they are 3 inches deep, and then along, as long as they are 1 inch shorter than your main piece, then it will all work. Okay, so you can kind of decide the sizes. I'm going to put all of the sizes that I've used in the box down below, and hopefully that'll be useful. So let's crack on with the sewing. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make our lining. So we're going to take these out of the way. We're going to get our 2 lining pieces. We're going to pop them right sides together, which mine happen to be. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sew down here, pivot, and then you're going to leave a gap in the bottom. You need to leave a gap big enough to get your hand in. So I would say about a 5-6 centimetre gap at the bottom. So you need to backstitch here and backstitch here and then pivot. So you're sewing all 3 sides but leaving a gap in the bottom. We're not sewing the top because otherwise it would be more of a cushion than a bag. So yeah, so we're going to sew down here 1 centimetre seam allowance, leaving a gap in the bottom. So what you should end up with is something that looks like this. So can you see I've sewn and I've left the gap and I can get my hand in. Okay, so that's the lining done. So next what you need is your drawstring cases. So you've got your 2 here and you need 4 altogether. So you need 2 for the front and 2 for the back. Take these off. So you're going to put these right sides together. And you're going to sew down here 1 centimetre seam allowance, 1 centimetre seam allowance. Once you've done that, you should end up with something that looks like this, and you should have 2 of these. So here's one that I've turned through, and you need to do the same for this one. And you need to turn it through. You can give it a little press with the iron. You can open the seams out if you want it to be nice and flat. That's what I've done here. And so you've got your 2 drawstring cases. Okay, and then what you need to do is you need to take both of your drawstring cases and you need to fold them in half like this. And then what I like to do is I like to pop a little clip. These are the clips that I got in my advent calendar this year. Pop them in there just to hold them together. And you need to do that with both. And then you're going to pop them onto your outer fabric. Okay, so what you need to do to position them, if we'll just take one out of the way, you need to make sure that you know the center of your drawstring bag. So I'm going to fold it and mark the center here, which is here. And then I'm going to fold my drawstring case and find the center. Pop that in the center. Use the clips to clip it on, like so. And then I'm going to sew again. This time, instead of a centimetre seam allowance, I'm just going to do a little bit less. So I use the edge of my foot to just go across here. And then you should end up with something that looks like this. So you need to do that with both pieces so that you've got both outers with this sewn on. So once you've done that, you've got your 2 drawstring cases on. What you need to do is you need to put them right sides together. Make sure that your drawstring cases are pointing down. So make sure that they are both pointing down, and then pin or clip all around the sides like so. And then you're going to sew all the way around using a 1 centimetre seam allowance. This time you don't need to use the leave a gap because this is your outer bag. So you just need to sew all the way around using a 1 centimetre seam allowance. So here is one that I've already done. So I'm going to turn it the right way round. So you want your outer bag the right way round, like so, and you'll want your lining with the gap in the bottom to be the wrong way round still, so inside out still. And so using the rules of sewing, we're going to put right sides together. So we're going to put this bag, outer bag, inside the lining bag, and of course you've got a handy little gap in the bottom, so you can use that to manipulate it and to make it go in nicely. And then what you do is you line everything up, lining the side seams first. You can either open out your seams so they're flat, or you can have them going to one side, your choice. And then do the same with the other, making sure that your drawstring flaps are inside the bag. That's really important. Make sure that they're inside the bag. And then I like to give it a little of a pull, clip all the way round the outside, and then take it to the sewing machine and sew all the way around the outside with a 1 centimetre seam allowance. If you've got a table on your machine, you might want to take that table off now. So as you can see, it all lines up nicely, so I can go and sew. So I've taken my table off my machine. I'm going to put my gift bag under my machine. I'm lining it up on the 10 line, and I'm just going to sew all the way around. I'm moving my bag round as I go. I'm removing the clips as I go. I'm making sure that I'm right on that 10 line, so I've got a 1 centimetre seam allowance all the way around the top of my bag. Just going to fold that seam flap. And then I'm just coming round to my stitches again. And I'm just going over my original stitches. Do a quick locking stitch and I'm done. So there you have it. I've sewn all the way around. So now I need to go to the gap that I've left and pull it all through. This is the fun bit. I like this bit. So once you're happy that you've caught everything in and you've pulled it all through, you can go and sew up. Once you've obviously sorted out your lining, you can sew up the gap in the bottom. You can either do that by hand stitching, or you can just take it to the machine and sew nice and closely to the edge. So there you go. We're nearly done, folks. So now what you need is you need a safety pin and your cords that I showed you how to measure earlier. It's basically 3 times the width of your bag times 2. So we're going to take the first one. We're going to put the safety pin on. Like so. And then we're going to take it through. Pulling it through, all the way through. And then go back the other way. Now obviously you can see that you can make this drawstring channel smaller, but I actually quite like it this wide because it makes it kind of a bit more luxurious. Oh, I've lost my... That's annoying. I've lost my drawing pin. Not drawing pin, my safety pin off my cord. Should we try that again? Sometimes I put a bit of tape on this to help it, but for the sake of this video, I haven't. There we go. So there's that one. So that's one drawstring done. Now what I like to do is I like to tie the one side first, because then that stops it from moving when you do the other one. So because you've gone on this way, what you need to do with the other one, do exactly the same but going in this way. So you do exactly the same again. Get your safety pin. I'm going to double it up this time just to be safe. And then go in the other way. The other side. So that's... And now we tie this one. Now you can fray the edges, put beads on, personalize it, make it yours. But there we have a very nice, very swishy, very luxurious drawstring bag, and it's all fully lined, ready to receive its chocolate. So I hope you found that useful, and I hope you have a very lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow for spilling the tea. First things first, thank you so much for all of your lovely reactions to Baby Sparkle's big quiz of Vlogmas. Yeah, I really thought, I really thought about before we did that, because obviously I am a sewing channel, that is what I do, but also with Vlogmas is about family, and family is really important to me, and I love spending time with my son, and I love spending time with all of my family, and yeah, and I'm so proud of all of them, and I'm very proud of Joe, and I just thought it might be nice for you to see what we are like together, and that is what we're like together. So thank you so much for all of the lovely laugh out loud comments, and I'm glad it all brought you some joy, because that's what Vlogmas is all about. And also thank you for those of you that loved it so much, that bought me a coffee. Getting that little kind of, you know, thank you for doing this means the world to me. So I might take out the little Baby Sparkles out for a hot chocolate to say thank you. So yeah, Thank you very much, lovely, lovely people. The kind of friends in my phone that mean so much to me. And yeah, don't forget to sparkle. See you really soon. Oh, if you make the drawstring bag, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. Bye for now.